Hello everybody, today I'm going to dig into the Maytag Performa PAV2360AWW washing machine. If you've seen the short video, I demonstrated the noise it's making. Sounds like a bearing has gone dry. So I'm going to pull it out and see what's going on with it. Going to check the pump first because it's pretty easy to get to, and then we're highly likely going to be changing the spin bearing and all associated parts. I got the whole entire kit, so I'll get the old tripod going and see what we can get into here. Well, let's get started and remove this back panel. It's an 8mm. Just roll that off. Pump feels perfect. That belt's a bit glazed, so I'll probably go ahead and swap that out. I'm going to open the top end. Just a putty knife. Up with that clip. Push it in, it pulls up. Hold that side, and that was just real difficult. And let's take a look inside. There's what we got. Not terrible. I'll pull it all apart and clean it up good. Next I'm going to take these screws out. They'll take the front panel off, hopefully. This other screw. And there's two little clips in the bottom. It just simply lifts out. I'll set that aside. Alrighty then. Push down on the top and these should start coming loose. Second one. Third one. Number 4, number 5, 6, 7, and 8. That should lift right out. Just get it done, and then take this cap off. I had a bit of good news. I found my extension that's long enough to get that out. That bolt is a 1/2 inch. And that is out. Now the fun part, pull the agitator out. We'll see how this goes. Not a problem. So we can clean that up as well. Put that in the dirty pile. So I like that. too terribly bad under the agitator. Not as bad as I thought it'd be. Yeah, there we go. Well, now that I got the bolts out, let's get this inner tub out. Just rocks and it'll come out. There, that's on there now. I can get the spanner wrench, and I will leave a parts list in the, or a tool list in the description. So this should just like that. And then that piece, that one's got to come off. I think this kit I got came with all these new pieces. That's looking a little crusty in there. There's that. And a little stinky. So that is a possibility that bearing failed down in there. Alright, it's time for the next step. Get this spanner wrench once again. And this guy comes right on out. Done with that part anyway. That is an 8mm as well. I'm pretty sure the kit I got came with all new screws, but these appear to be in pretty good shape yet. I'll go ahead and throw the new ones in. What I got to do next is undo this water level hose, this pressure hose. Just simply squeeze that clamp and it comes off and it'll stay out of the way. So there's that. Now I've got to get the pump hose off. So we'll regroup and get to the other side maybe and get that loosened up. I'm thinking for demonstration purposes it'll be easier to take off this pump hose from this side. It's exactly the same way it's connected. Otherwise, get in position. Squeeze that. Get it out of the way a little bit. There it goes. And probably going to have some water gushing, so got to watch out for that. A little more. Well, isn't this something? It's on there pretty darn good. Have to fight with that a little bit. I don't like how that kinked. Not one bit. Now that should be at a point where I could work that loose. There it goes. And probably a good idea to have a towel handy, which I have a small one, which it's not going to do much good, but you know, whatever. Not the end of the world. Let's see, I'll push that out. So next on the list, I've got to take the suspension springs out. Squeeze it, the spring comes right out. That one came out no problem. That one came off no problem. And I got one more. It looks like it's gonna be so much fun. And it was the easiest one of them all. So that is done. Supposedly I can just lift up on this and the whole thing will come out. And indeed it did. The snubber ring doesn't look bad. Probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to go ahead and order one of those and put it in while I got it apart, because I believe this is going to be about a 3-part series. But there's that noise. Those are 1/2 inch, so that's great. Allegedly, these are the next ones to come out. And allegedly the transmission should come right on out now. How about that? Set that aside. Yep, that bearing has definitely seen better days. So what we got to do next is there's a series of screws around the perimeter of that base that need to be removed. That is a 3/8. So I don't know why. Yeah, that works. 3/8. I think we're pretty well in view. So what I'm going to do is, the first part's going to be disassembly, the second part's going to be cleaning, and the third part's going to be reassembly, and then of course we've got to test it. So I guess this will end up being a 4-part series, because by now y'all would have seen the before repairs wash where I set everything up out here and made sure it was started and everything like that. I went in and did some other things. When I went back to edit, that's when I noticed it was making that terrible roaring sound on the spin cycle. So I thought, well, I've got 2 weekends worth of videos. Scores! Now then, this appears to be 1/2 inch, and I better get my, I mean this is overkill, but it's what I got handy. And just get those loosened, and I can come in with the nut driver and get them the rest of the way loosened. All that for this bearing right here, and then this piece should come right out. So you put that in there, out of the way. And that whole assembly comes right out. So now what I can do is start cleaning up. See that? Yep, no doubt this is my problem. I'm going to put it up by the microphone and give it a spin. Definitely the failure point. A lot of play in that bearing. So this will conclude part 1, the disassembly of the washing machine. The next part will be a time lapse of cleaning all the components up, and then the third part will be reassembly, and then part 4 will be a wash to test the results. So once again, thank you for watching part 1.